Welcome, everyone, to another deep dive. Today, we're plunging headfirst into a world you probably think you know pretty well, right? Professional networking.
Mm-hmm.
But what if that familiar landscape, LinkedIn, is actually far more complex, maybe even a little, well, twisted?
It's definitely worth exploring.
We've got a stack of sources here, and our mission, like always, is to help you navigate this digital labyrinth. We want to arm you with insights that, go way beyond the surface scroll.
Exactly. That's the plan for this deep dive. We want to pull out the really crucial insights, help you tell the difference between, say, a genuine connection and, well, manufactured influence, and sort of pull back the curtain on the hidden mechanics shaping your whole professional digital experience.
Right.
By the end, the idea is you'll be truly well-informed, equipped to see past the endless feed and really get the dynamics at play.
Okay, so let's unpack this. Our sources trace LinkedIn way back to 2003. They talk about it starting as this innocent digital Rolodex. Sounds simple, straightforward,
Basic, yeah.
but was that early innocence really genuine? Or were the seeds of something, much more complex, maybe even twisted, as the sources say, already there,
Yeah.
just waiting?
That's a great question, because what started as that, well, seemingly benign digital Rolodex, it's really undergone a massive transformation. Our sources now, they describe its current state as a grotesque carnival of professional horrors. That's quite a phrase,
Wow.
trapping over 900 million souls, as they put it, in its database.
900 million.
Yeah. And a key takeaway here is that every connection, every skill endorsement, even those desperate congratulate Bob notifications, they aren't just simple interactions. They actually feed what one source calls the beast's insatiable hunger for professional data.
So it's all about the data.
Fundamentally,
Yeah.
the true value, according to these sources, isn't just the platform itself. It's having effectively trapped the world's professionals in an endless mandatory networking tea party.
Mandatory tea party.
Pretty much. Essentially, the platform's real innovation wasn't just connecting people. It was creating a system where just participating, even superficially, constantly generates data and engagement, regardless of, its actual professional value.
An endless mandatory networking tea party. That paints quite a picture. And it certainly feels like we're going through the looking glass when you trace its evolution. From that simple database in 2003, it sort of mutated, didn't it, into a content publishing platform in the 2010s.
Right, that was a big shift.
Then 2016, Microsoft's massive $26.2 billion acquisition.
Right.
That's when the beast grew stronger, as one source puts it.
A huge investment.
And by the 2020s, our sources suggest it hit its final form, an algorithmic hellscape of influencers, engagement pods, and AI nightmares.
Wow.
It's quite a journey.
It really is. And right at the center of this hellscape is something our sources have dubbed the Queen of Hearts content factory.
Okay.
In this factory, the algorithm effectively screams off with their reach as it beheads your authentic content. That's the imagery they use. Yeah. This factory pumps out various kinds of content, all really designed to keep you trapped in this professional wonderland. First, the gateway drug was apparently text articles that pulled professionals into making content.
Really get them hooked?
Then came the carousel nightmares, the colorful slides of simplified wisdom, bite-sized chunks.
Oh yeah, those are everywhere.
We also see video monstrosities, talking heads just spouting obvious advice, often with dramatic music. And in its latest evolution, games and distractions. Basically anything to stop users leaving, keep them trapped in Wonderland.
So it sounds like a huge goal for the platform is just keeping people there, keeping them engaged.
Absolutely. Engagement time.
If that's the case, how exactly does the Mad Hatter's algorithm, as they call it, manipulate that engagement? What does it prioritize to keep people stuck in this tea party?
Well, it prioritizes several key things based on our sources. First, content that triggers strong emotional responses. Doesn't really matter if it's outrage, inspiration, fear, just strong emotion.
Emotion sells, basically.
Pretty much. Second, it heavily favors high engagement right in the first hour after posting. That initial boost is critical.
Okay, the first hour. Got it.
Third, native content, meaning stuff created right on the platform that keeps users there, not clicking away to other sites.
Keep them in the garden.
Exactly. And finally, it loves regular posters, people who feed the machine daily. Consistency is rewarded.
That makes a lot of sense, actually. So if that's what the algorithm likes, How do these Mad Hatters, the influencers, the content creators, how do they actually exploit it? What are their tricks?
They use a whole range of tactics. Manufacturing controversy, for one, just to get those emotional responses we talked about.
Stirring the pot.
Yep. They use engagement pods. These are groups, sometimes big groups, who agree to just artificially boost the initial likes and comments on each other's posts.
Ah, so that explains some of the instant popularity you see.
It can, yeah.
Huh.
There's also apparently a lot of content just being stolen and repackaged from other viral sources.
Right, repurposed.
And increasingly, they're using AI to maintain these, well, inhuman posting schedules, posting constantly.
Wow.
And one really striking point that comes up again and again is how the algorithm is always shifting. It leaves authentic creators just scrambling, trying to keep up with what feels like insanity.
And speaking of AI, our sources hint at this alarming rise of AI-generated content. They call it the mechanical hair. It sounds like a really significant development. How is this changing the LinkedIn landscape? What are the immediate practical implications for someone trying to use it today?
Oh, it's changing it fundamentally.
Right.
We found this really chilling quote from an anonymous thought leader.
Okay.
Who admitted, basically, I've been using AI to write all my LinkedIn content for months. Nobody can tell the difference, and my engagement is up 500%. Isn't that terrifying?
Wow, that is terrifying. 500%.
Yeah. And our sources confirm the platform is now just crawling with these indistinguishable AI clones spouting identical platitudes. It makes it harder and harder for you, the user, to separate the actual human insight from the machine-generated fluff. It's a huge challenge now for discerning genuine expertise.
That is genuinely unsettling. If these AI clones are so good, so indistinguishable, then engagement can be faked.
Yeah.
How can you listening spot this fabricated influence? What are those weird warning signs, the Cheshire patterns or Dormouse comments the sources mentioned?
Yeah, there are definitely concrete warning signs you can look for. First, what they call the Cheshire patterns. These are accounts that seem to appear and disappear like the cat's grin, Yeah. They gain thousands of followers almost overnight, but the content is just mediocre. Doesn't add up.
Suspiciously fast growth.
Exactly. Then you've got the Dormouse comments. These are the really generic, sleepy comments like, great post or love this, often from the same group of people over and over.
Right. Low effort, high volume.
Precisely. And finally, there's the Jabberwocky content. This is stuff that's basically nonsensical or hollow, contradictory, maybe even plagiarized, yet it still gets tremendous engagement.
Right.
It really makes you stop and think, what are we actually consuming and rewarding on there?
Those signs are crucial.
Yeah.
But if the influence is so manufactured, it really begs the question, who is doing the cooking in this Duchess's dark kitchen, as they put it? What are the secret ingredients for cooking up this artificial authority?
Right, this dark kitchen. It's that hidden world where engagement is manufactured and, authority is essentially cooked up. Our sources detail a few key tactics here. First, those engagement pods we mentioned. Groups of 20, maybe 100 or more users, all agreeing to like and comment on each other's stuff, creates that false buzz.
The illusion of popularity.
Exactly. Then there are comment bots. Automated systems just leaving generic supportive comments, often from fake accounts or maybe even compromised ones.
Bots, okay.
And there are even follower markets. These are like underground services where you can literally buy followers and engagement, often using huge networks of fake accounts.
You can have to buy influence.
Apparently so. And the end product of all this, manufactured thought leaders whose influence is built entirely on these artificial metrics, not necessarily on real expertise or experience.
So this landscape is getting tricky, complex. If so much of what we see might be an illusion, how can you, the listener, figure out what's genuine? What's the skeptical caterpillar's guide to verification? How do we check?
Well, the Caterpillar's Guide, as laid out in the sources, gives you some practical questions to ask. To figure out if a LinkedIn professional is the real deal or an illusion, ask yourself, does their content actually show deep expertise? Or does it just repeat obvious platitudes you've heard a million times?
Substance versus fluff.
Exactly. Can you verify their claimed accomplishments somewhere else, outside of LinkedIn, through external sources?
Cross-referencing. Good point.
Do they engage in real, meaningful, two-way conversation? Or do they just broadcast their own messages like a loudspeaker?
Engagement versus broadcasting.
Right. And finally, look at their engagement patterns. Do they seem organic? Or are they suspiciously consistent, maybe too perfect, suggesting artificial boosting? It's really about looking deeper than just the surface-level numbers, the likes and follower counts.
Those are really crucial questions to keep in mind. Okay, so finally, how do we get out of this? Escaping the Red Queen's race. what are the actionable steps for you listening to reclaim some authentic connection, to make LinkedIn actually work for you?
There are definitely steps you can take. First, curate your feed ruthlessly.
Ruthlessly. I like it.
Unfollow the noise, unfollow the pods, the AI factories. Be really selective about where you put your attention. It's valuable.
Be intentional.
Second, value quality over quantity. Build a network of maybe 50 meaningful connections instead of chasing 5,000 strangers. As our sources stress, depth trumps breadth when it comes to real professional value.
Fewer, better connections. Makes sense.
Third, create authentic content. If you're posting, share your actual expertise, your real experiences, not just what you think the algorithm wants. The truly valuable connections, the right people, they'll find you.
Be yourself, basically.
Pretty much. And finally, maybe the most important one, remember why you're here. LinkedIn is a tool. It's not the end goal itself.
Right.
Use it intentionally to build real professional relationships, and then, whenever you can, take those connections offline. Meet in the real world.
So what does this all mean for you? Really understanding these dynamics, all this stuff we've talked about, it lets you navigate the platform much more intentionally. You can make it work for you rather than, feeling like you're working for it. Like Alice said, Russ, it's no use going back to yesterday because I was a different person then. We hope you can be a different person in how you approach LinkedIn now, armed with this knowledge. Approach your digital professional identity with maybe some renewed clarity.
And maybe a final thought to leave you with. In a world where digital identity can be so easily manufactured, so easily amplified by algorithms, what does professional success truly mean for you? And maybe more importantly, how can you make sure your real-world expertise, your genuine connections, aren't just drowned out by the noise of this algorithmically driven wonderland? Something to think about.